Hello, 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 people. It's Charles, Chuck, Charlie, Chaz from CGM3 Productions on on this fantastic journey as we all recover and revitalize ourselves. 21st round this week, and it's been it's been a really a week to not to forget. By the way, it's the 49th entry. If you're just keeping tabs here, it was just absolutely insane, and actually not insane, but it was more of how it fluctuated. It fluctuated in many different ways. You try to go like this, but sometimes it's like kind of like this to this, or you take a crystal ball, you look like right here, and then you turn it right around, and it's a totally different perspective. But anyway, I am doing okay. I'm doing very well. It was a short round of chemo this past week. And during this past week was absolutely nuts because, shout out to the best group ever at the New York Cancer and Blood Center. They did their patients very well. And with everything going on, especially February 2nd and then right into February 3rd, which hint, hint, wink, wink, it's about, a little over, a little over 3 weeks to go until my big time coming up. So it'll be very, very interesting. So anyway, that beside the point. But this week was so crazy. I felt, now that how much I am being an empath, and it feels like everything just wore me down, literally. And it's happened, probably during the weekend as well. I felt very wore down because of the cold, because of a certain aspect of it. And not only that, the patients, come on, you're into getting your service of, getting treated. Let's be patient with it. The girls are doing they're doing their job to the T, and that's basically it. So really, my shout out and my heart goes out to New York Cancer and Blood Center. Because like I said, I had a very limited treatment this week. It took me about 2.5 hours with one treatment. So this is actually good. It's limited. They are hoping to take a look of what's happening with the liver. Now, which really got me, thinking about, it's like, I guess, with the side effects, there's like cirrhosis of the liver. I'm like, wait, what? So they had to back off on much of the medication. So we're kind of easing it back a little bit. And I'm still eating, still getting some things done because patience is a virtue. And it was just, just seems like through these rough waters, these last few days with the weather, Groundhog Day, the full moon, it felt like it was an empath's nightmare. But I tried and I did my best. And so here we are. This is a amazing weekend, a little chilly out there right now, but I hope you see what it basically all boils down to. And that's what I'm bringing up this week also in this bye week. How to be inspired throughout these times. How to be a very much of an impact in someone's life. How to be more energetic, being there for that person. Well, let me tell you something. I have a lot of people who are out there right now that's still rooting for me, that's still come over and just check up on me and see what I can do. It's like, gee, what do you need or whatnot? So, I mean, basically, throughout the entire week, especially in the bitter cold, I actually walked it back and forth. So, yeah, definitely get my steps in. And even though I'd say I'm nuts about it, but you know what? It had to get done. Everything had to get done because it's like where the mail, the post office is on the main street, and here I'm with the bag on and everything else, and trying to think what else do I need to get? Well, I'm thinking always outside the box. So in that part of it, it was just using meticulously common sense. And that's exactly what's going to happen because guess what? Later on this week, I'm going to be very, very ecstatic. I will have, I'll be traveling a little bit more. Thank goodness. And, there's no help required, really. Just all I need is a little bit of prayers, patience, and just getting the job done, really. And just really to getting the job done, just getting myself better, you know. And it's always that point in life. And as I reflect into this right now, this is like really the 49th entry, the 21st round. And it just began to sink in because I normally would start doing these posts like late in April. Well, right now it's becoming that time right here that I started to get the symptoms. And again, here I am enjoying life during this time last year, working hard, and then obviously not going to the bathroom. I felt the irregularities. I felt like, there was a strain with it. And it led to, one thing led to another. And in about a couple of weeks, it's going to be my first anniversary from Orange Regional Medical Center. So, that being said, this is where all the impacts are going to start lying right now from here until the end of the month to March 3rd. And then I get released about, I think, like the second week in March. So making sure I get the okay and everything else. So, but making the adjustments and doing everything else with it too. Now, being that said, and how involved with it. By the way, I want to say a shout out to an amazing podcast called The Plank Dive. Excellent job with episode 4. Episode 5, can't wait to check it out. And you should check this out too. If you're, creative, if you got that creative endeavor, if you got, photos or audio or something that you can write with, this is the podcast for you. And I can tell you that right now. My buds, my friends, my film family putting this together. And episode 5 this week is definitely what is art. Definitely what is art. And tune in this Thursday. Basically, it's just, it's just completely amazing. So, on the otherwise, that even though I know there's a certain game out there, which I'm not really worried about, all I'm just doing is just watching movies, recovering. Even though Valentine's, actually, I shouldn't say Valentine's Day for me. It's basically Single Awareness Day for me. And that's a good point. If you're single and if you just got relieved, or if you're in that self-reliance about being single, that is all the blessings you can take. Believe me, because let me tell you something. Every morning, you got to love yourself. Literally, you got to love yourself. You got to say good morning. Give yourself a big hug. Look in the mirror. It says, I am up. I'm going to be kicking some butt. And especially during these little known holidays. Now, really research Valentine's Day, and you'll be shocked in what that's all about. They've gone back in the Middle Ages. So that being said, it could be Valentine's Day, it could be Single Awareness Day, but I call it Single Awareness Day because I'm single. I know. I tried, but you have to say to yourself every day, I love me. Sip that coffee. Be, just have that pure love, and then give it to, with a simple hug, or saying, how you doing? Or what's going on in life? Be that, that caring friend that, gets them to the next level. So on that note, I'm going to kind of wrap this things up right now. Hopefully everything's going to turn the way it's supposed to be, and just have a good week. Again, this is my bye week for the 21st round and the 49th entry. Oh, and by the way, we're about less than 2 weeks of an amazing event with Bold Gold Media and WSUL. Just another little tidbit here. It's the 48th annual Heartathon. And let me tell you something, it's absolutely amazing. It's going to be at an amazing place, and, the superstars. And then what I heard this past week was Wear Red Day on Friday, in which I did. I actually had a nice red cardigan one year, a sweater, wearing Red Day, represent. And I am wearing red right now. yeah, it's for the heart, and this is very much for a happy, healthy heart, a loving heart, self-caring heart. You should do that every day. So on that note, make sure you did that. And actually, yes, I did. I actually donated to the amazing cause, and continue success with it, guys. I wish I could be there on February 20th, but I have chemo. Now, I'm sorry, but what can I do? But just have a blast. You guys are doing an amazing job, and to an amazing group. So anyway, on that note, this is Charlie Chaz from CGM3 Productions. Hoping you are going to have a great week, and I hope we get some warmer weather in the Catskills. Let me tell you something. Where's the heat wave? Where's the heat wave? So, on that note, again, whatever you celebrate for next weekend, it could be whatever. Just make sure you love yourself. If you're single, love yourself even more. And actually, if you have a fur baby, love that fur baby to the T. So, anyway. This is Charlie Chaz from CGM3 Productions, wishing you all a great week. Peace, love, friendship, and we will talk soon. See ya.